talking about a different level of evil. When you hear the details of this story, you're going to see the woman that you guys saw on my screen. And look at these beautiful babies. Like, to me, this story is going to feature what I think is a lot of jealousy. It's just sometimes when you can look at this picture and you think, okay, something's wrong. But let me show you guys something that I thought was wild. Let me show you the difference in the look of her, like from there compared to, see if I can get it up here. I have it up here. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can get to it. Like this picture here, it just looks like a night and day difference in person. And don't ever let the smooth taste fool you. Don't ever let a pretty face and a pretty smile fool you to think that people aren't capable of some of the most horrendous things. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And that mother that you guys see on my screen, we're going to bring this article from dailymail.com. They do a good job. Thank you for the article. Out of Kentucky, y'all are taking the L. I think I do it this way. I think I checked and double checked. Kentucky is taking the L. A Kentucky woman is accused of fatally shooting her two sons, and she appeared in court for the first time on Tuesday. Her name is Tiffany Lucas, Tiffanie. That was the biological father that you guys just saw just a second ago. I was kind of curious because I watched a number of different news videos, and I don't know if they didn't either let him speak or if maybe he could be just really heartbroken by this, wondering like, damn, man, like, how can you do this to my kids? You know what I'm saying? So maybe he didn't want to speak, but I was hoping that maybe I would have saw an interview with him. Nonetheless, the idiot that you guys see on my screen is 32 years old, and she is accused of murdering her 6-year-old son by the name of Maurice Baker Jr., affectionately known as Peanut, and Jaden Howard, aged 9 years old, and killed them in a bedroom last week. The day after the shooting, the mother Lucas was arraigned by video without a lawyer present. Judge Jennifer Porter entered a not guilty plea on her behalf and jailed the woman in the Bullitt County Detention Center. In setting the $2 million bond, so I think that's appropriate, Judge Porter described Lucas as a danger to others. At Tuesday's hearing, Bullitt County Detective Richard Beal shared more details about the grisly murder, so I want to brace you guys and prepare you that the details are pretty bad. He said 4 gunshots were fired in 30 seconds and that both children were shot in the head by their mother, who's taking pictures like this, claiming to love them. And this is a moment where I say hashtag babies for benefits. So this mother used these children like decorations. They made her look good. She's got mixed kids. They're cute, good looking kids with big smiles. They got her all the attention in the world. Now these children get more attention than the mom does, and the mom became jealous. That's my opinion. Maybe the dad decided to move on and have a relationship with somebody outside of her. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to hurt him in the worst way possible. Could have been jealousy. We really don't know. But that's why I would love to hear the dad's perspective. When questioned, Lucas reportedly said, I'm in such a bad spot, and chalked the shooting up to an accident. I'm so stupid, she added. I would never do anything like this unless someone manipulated me. And that's the same person too, with all that Maybelline on. Bill testified that Lucas made statements that she was being manipulated through Facebook through the internet or through Wi-Fi into doing what she did. And if she's that level of stupid, then she definitely don't need to be in our society any longer, ever again. She should never have the possibility of parole. Okay? The crime was discovered on November the 8th when Bullitt County Sheriff's Office received reports of a shooting with injury at a home in Shepherdsville. When Lucas' neighbors pulled into his driveway, he saw the 32-year-old walking down the stairs of his porch before collapsing. She told him that her kids were dying. When the man entered her home, she discovered the boys' bodies. He discovered the boys' bodies in a bedroom and a gun lay on the bed. The neighbor called 911 and stayed with the boys until EMS arrived and rushed them to Norton Children's Hospital in Louisville. They were taken into surgery but ultimately succumbed to their injuries. Let's keep going. And if y'all want to see more pictures of her flossing and trying to look cute, look on Daily Mail for this article. It's just crazy. Police recovered Ring camera footage from a nearby home. In the video, 4 shots ring out before Lucas walks outside and shouts for help. Lucas told detectives that she left the gun in the bedroom and that someone had given it to her. She admitted that no one else had been in the house that day. That, to me, is an open and shut case. In the initial statements after the shooting, Colonel Alex Payne shared that the boys were half-brothers. So there you go. Jaden's father died in 2019. So that man probably is only the father of one of the kids. So 2 different dads. Lucas once served a month in jail in a drug possession case, and family members claim they reached out to Child Protective Services on several occasions to no avail. So did CPS fail again? Michelle Rice, Maurice's stepmother, told WLKY that she believes drug abuse also played a role. And at this point, it don't even matter. She should just be held accountable. Nobody can manipulate you to do such a horrible thing, which I do agree with. So many other people really loved them and could have been there to help them, but she would not allow that. She was too selfish, and now they're gone. So she didn't have to do this at all. She could have went about her life, give up custody, but guess why? She won't do that. Because she was getting benefits off of those kids, whatever it was, whether it were retention, whether it were child support, whether it could have been anything. We don't really know. But she was collecting benefits, which we call that hashtag babies for benefits. That's why she wouldn't give up custody. Speaking to the outlet, Payne said, whether you think it's mental illness or just pure evil or a combo of both, it could be substance abuse, pick your poison. None of it's good. The result is horrific, and I don't think none of it is an excuse. Lucas has been charged with 2 counts of murder. Capital punishment is legal in the state of Kentucky, but rarely used. The most recent execution was that of Marco Allen Chapman, who was convicted of 2 murders. So maybe she might look at something like this. Maybe they might consider it. On Facebook, 32-year-old Lucas posted heavily edited photos of herself and her 2 boys. That's why she looks like a mannequin. She literally looks like a mannequin. I love my babies every day of the year. I will always use any excuse to celebrate them and show them how special they are, she wrote on Valentine's Day of 2022, which is not normal. In another post, she proclaimed, I love my kings different, and that's why Jaden and Peanut are different types of children. They are God sent, and every wrong I have ever done or any hurt I have ever caused, I am so focused on correcting and loving them longer and deeper. Just weird statements to make. She continued, I cannot guarantee a lot of things in life, but I can guarantee the mother I will always be, the love I will always share, and the best I can ever give and do will be promised to you, my love, Jaden and Peanut. A vigil was held over the weekend to honor the 2 boys. Again, that's just way over the top. It's just weird. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Got a couple of news videos. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And I'm drinking Rain Storm energy drink. It's clean energy. It's pretty good. I don't really like energy drinks, but it's actually pretty tasty, and I don't know if I'm going to be drinking a lot of that because energy drinks scare me. But do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you haven't even seen this story yet. So this might be your first time. Share it on social media, please. Here we go.
WDRB has been digging into Tiffany Lucas' background to find out more about her. We learned that she was once a business owner whom we interviewed actually in 2016. She had just opened Ms. Tiff's one-stop shop convenience store on West Broadway. We spoke with her 7 years ago about the impact as a young entrepreneur after Walmart pulled its plan to open a store in that same area.
A lot of people don't make their way down here, but if there's a Walmart, you know, you come out of the woodworks for Walmart. So probably would have brought a lot of people to, you know, stop and check us out.
Business records show her store closed in 2017. A year later, we found she pleaded guilty to drug charges and was sentenced to 30 days in jail. There's no criminal record between 2018 and last week when she was charged with killing her two young sons. Family members say they've cleaned out the Bullitt County home that she was renting. They say it was filthy with the utilities turned off and an eviction notice on the counter.
Police say the Bullitt County mother accused of murdering her two sons told a detective it was an accident.
WDRB's Darby Bean was in the courtroom today where for the first time we are hearing what that mother told investigators right after the crime.
Tiffany Lucas is still in jail, but she was brought here to the courthouse on Tuesday where a detective revealed some of what she said in an interview after her sons were shot.
We'll call Tiffany Lucas.
In an orange jumpsuit and handcuffs, Tiffany Lucas walked into the courtroom and sat down next to her attorneys without saying a word. She's charged with the murders of her sons, 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard. Police say a neighbor found them shot inside their Bullitt County home.
And we love them so much. So many other people really love them and could have been there to help them. But she wouldn't allow that. She was too selfish. And now they're gone.
Family members of the boys who sat through court Tuesday say they were good, happy kids.
They should both be here today in school, going to school, learning, playing sports.
In court, Bullitt County Detective Richard Beal said after Lucas was taken to the sheriff's office, she was in the interview room for about 3 hours.
I asked Miss Lucas if she meant to hurt her children. She indicated that it was an accident.
He said she also told him no one else had been in her home and that she left the gun in the bedroom.
She also made some comments such as, quote, "I'm in such a bad spot," end quote. Quote, "I'm so stupid," end quote. End quote, "I would never do anything like this unless someone manipulated me," end quote.
Nobody can manipulate you to do such a horrific thing. Nobody can manipulate you to do that. That's yourself.
Beal also said there's surveillance clips from neighbors, one showing Lucas outside and the other that doesn't show Lucas but does have.
How many of you guys think that this was an accident? Shot at point blank range with a shotgun? Are you serious? An accident. She's just a different level of dumb. Somebody said that the kid's father was murdered a year or so ago. Well, I didn't know if they said he was murdered, but if I missed that, I might have missed that detail. I know they said he passed away, but if he was murdered, then just wow, man. Really sad.
Audio of what sounds like 4 gunshots.
And approximately 4 minutes and 28 seconds later, Miss Lucas exited her home and yelled for help.
The case now going through the court system.
She showed no emotion. She shows no emotion.
Those family members of Maurice Baker Jr. who we spoke with said they will be here every time Lucas is in court. They said funeral arrangements have not been made yet. Reporting in Bullitt County with photojournalist Neil Johnson.
5 o'clock, more details on the disturbing case out of Shepherdsville. The mother accused of killing her 2 boys in Bullitt County, Tiffany Lucas, appeared in court today. And a detective from the sheriff's office shared new details. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shay McAllister.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. Today in court, it was revealed she told detectives the shooting was an accident. She's charged with the murder of her 2 boys. Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Alyssa Newton have more on the testimony, and we're talking to family members.
They should both be here today in school, going to school, learning, playing sports.
Maurice Baker Jr.'s stepmother, Michelle Rice, and Bobby Baker, his aunt, gather outside the Bullitt County Judicial Center.
How do you accidentally shoot a kid 2 times and then shoot their brother? How do you do that? It's no.
There's no
we're
accident.
Not accepting that.
There's no. It's not mental illness. She knew it. She did.
She had options.
Bullitt County Sheriff's Detective Richard Beal testifies inside. He interviewed Tiffany Lucas, the mother accused in the murder of her boys, 6-year-old Maurice and 9-year-old Jaden.
I asked Miss Lucas if she meant to hurt her children. She indicated that it was an accident. Quote, it was an accident, end quote.
Detective Beal's testimony brought the hearing back here to the scene of the crime. He says another officer arrived to find a neighbor tending to the boys who were shot in the head, and that Lucas was outside in a nearby driveway.
Lucas's defense asks the detective if the sheriff's office tried to detect any drugs in her system.
Are you aware of any kind of toxicology screening or drug screening my client may have participated in between the time of her arrest and now?
The detective answers no after the defense motions to preserve and review the evidence collected by the sheriff. Judge Jennifer Porter approves and leaves Lucas's bond unchanged at $2 million. Although court ends for the day, it's just the beginning for the family's mourning 2 special lives lost.
We're going to be here every time, every step of the way. And we're going to make sure that we bring justice for these boys.
Justice, the grieving stepmother says, is the death penalty. In Shepherdsville, Ian Hardwitt, WHAL.
I'm going to give you guys my closing thoughts. The boys had already suffered tragedy, at least one of them, especially with them, one of them losing their father. But to even go even further, for their mother, who was supposed to protect them, provide for them, and love them, and make sure that they can grow up and become something great, to end their lives in the most horrific way possible, I think really only a stabbing or being set on fire is worse. These baby boys look happy. They looked healthy. To end their life, you could have just walked away from them and gave up custody, but she didn't want to do that. And to do this, that's why I think that not only did you have other options, you flat out didn't care for the safety and well-being of these kids. And for that, if they decide to go through with the death penalty under that state law, I think this is one of those situations where it should qualify. Flat out no excuse for this. So shout out to his family for advocating for justice and speaking up, because it sounds like if she would have given up custody, they would have gladly have taken these boys. No excuse for this. Let me know what you guys think about this. Heavily makeup, Photoshop, filters. When you're exposed, you're exposed. What's in darkness will come to light. Whatever you're trying to cover up will come to light. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Thank you.